Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamun Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you very much for joining me. This presentation is for educational purposes only. It does not claim to diagnose, prevent, or cure any diseases or disorders. The advice and methods in this presentation should not be construed as financial, medical, or psychological advice or treatment. Please seek advice from a professional if you have a serious issue, and if a Chod session doesn't feel right to you, please do not perform it. This meditation contains imagery that some may find disturbing, so discretion is advised. By watching and or participating in this presentation, you understand that results are not guaranteed. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, Tridevi Chamunda Mandir, and YouTube cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred from the practices and meditations contained in this video. Again, welcome and namaste. This is Yamajit, and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. And tonight I'll be sharing with you a Vajrayogini Chod guided meditation for personal and collective healing. Before we begin, I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements. So this coming Tuesday is our next installment of Kali for Everyone, and we'll be honoring Smashana Tara, the form of Tara found upon the cremation ground. And then a week from today, next Friday, will be the next installment of our 64 Yogini series. And this will be a puja and satsang to Chamunda Yogini, one of my all-time favorites. For both of these, everything begins at 7 p.m. You're welcome to join live on YouTube. And you can also, if you're in the Denver area, come and join us in person at 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado. And I'd like to say namaste to Jamie and Anne, who are joining right now. And anybody else who happens to be joining live at the moment, please feel free to say hello using the chat function on the bottom of your screen. So tonight's presentation will be an adaptation of a traditional Tibetan Chod practice dedicated to the feminine Buddha, Vajrayogini. And this will be an English translation of the essence drop of the heart of the Dakini. This is being offered as a guided sound meditation for both personal and collective healing. So healing for ourselves, healing for those closest to us, healing for our nation, and also healing for humanity at large. For anyone new to this series who wants to learn more about Chod practice, I invite you to watch some of the previous recorded installments of our Chod practice series that are available on this channel. Tonight's practice will take place in a number of stages. We're going to start out with a simple Vajrayogini puja to help set the mood for the practice and to help in establishing sacred space. I will then invite everyone to lay down in Shavasana, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. And I'll give you the opportunity to think about or choose a personal issue that is in need of healing or resolution. And if you wish, you'll be given the opportunity to visualize your issue as a living being, that is, a personal demon, to feed in the course of the meditation. In Tantra, everything is connected to everything. So in focusing upon ourselves and healing ourselves, we also heal the collective. There's essentially nothing else for you to do. Just open your receptivity and allow the words of the chants and the melodies to guide your consciousness where it needs to go at this moment. I mentioned lying down in Shavasana. If it's more comfortable for you, this can also be done as a seated meditation as well. Each section of the Chod will be sung in English, accompanied by traditional instruments, the Tibetan temple drum, the shang bell, and the kangling or thigh bone trumpet. I've modified some wording in the practice to better facilitate visualization. But there's no right or wrong way to experience this practice. What you experience will be unique for each individual. Some compare experiencing Chod practice as similar to that in a Yoga Nidra meditation. The first sections of our practice will be the refuge, which involves the calling of divine forces, and the bodhicitta, establishing an intention to establish divine enlightened consciousness for the purpose of relieving the sufferings not just of ourselves, but for all sentient beings. The next short section will be called the body mandala, and it provides a visualization of the feast to come to those attending. And these include deities, spirits, our karmic creditors, and our personal and collective demons, also our teachers and all other sentient beings. The main practice is called delusion or body offering, and this progresses in itself in a number of stages. First is the pawa, which is the ejecting of our consciousness through the crown of our heads. Our ejected consciousness will then manifest in the form of Ma Vajrayogini, the fierce, divine, feminine Buddha. And this would be a good time to talk a little bit about what we have on our altar. We have the offerings for our puja tonight. And I'm going to go left to right. So there's an image of the Buddha. And this is a Buddha with his consort. And the consort is also known as Samantabhadri. And she is the feminine form of primordial Buddha wisdom. Then going to the right, we have Ganesha. Both of these are carved out of yak bone. Another yak bone image, the third from the left, is a traditional Vajrayogini image. And then in the center, in white bronze, is a form of Vajrayogini known as Tromanagmo, the black Dakini. This is the most wrathful form of Vajrayogini. Then progressing to the right in brass, we have Mahakala, the wrathful form of Shiva. And then to the right is Lord Yama, the Lord of Death in the underworld, also the upholder of Dharma. And then on the very right, we have another form of Vajrayogini known as Vajravadahi, or the diamond sow. And traditionally, when you see an Tanka painting, she's red in color. And in terms of levels of wrathfulness, we have the traditional Vajrayogini, then Vajravadahi, and then finally Tromanagmo. We will envision ourselves in this part of the meditation as Vajrayogini standing over our lifeless bodies and preparing the white feast of nectar. And we will be visualizing her cutting up the body, boiling the parts of the body in a skull cup to produce a nectar, which is then carried to or consumed by its recipients. And for the white nectar feast, the first of two feasts, this is typically the peaceful deities, our gurus, the saints, and benevolent spirits. And the white nectar will manifest as appropriate offerings for those beings, including puja offerings, food and drink, silver and gold, jewels, silks, medicines. And during this time, you're going to be invited to envision yourself receiving those medicines that you need for your own personal healing. The next stage is the red feast of flesh, blood, and bones. And this is presented to the more wrathful deities, the malevolent spirits, and our personal and collective demons and karmic creditors. The visualization involves our flesh, blood, organs, and bones being laid out on our flayed skins. And here you are invited to visualize your personal demons taking part in the feast, and as a result, being transformed into benevolent light beings, bodhisattvas. Our enemies will be transformed into our allies. We will then offer the guests of the two feasts our altruistic love in the gift of Dharma and protection. And here we show the way to enlightenment to those beings transformed by consuming the feast items. So in Chod practice, instead of fleeing from our inner enemies or fighting them or resisting them in any way, we are honoring them. And we are honoring them by giving them what they desire most, ourselves. And in that process, they are transformed into benevolent beings, our helpers. There'll be a short mantra repetition to generate healing energy. There'll be also a reintegration meditation, a reintegration of the divine mothers and transform beings back into ourselves, and a short silent meditation to rest and to fully integrate the practice, and then some closing benedictions. To punctuate certain parts of the meditation and ritual, I will be using the mantra Pe, which means crack or boom. And this mantra releases our intentions into the universe. And we'll also be using 3 traditional seed mantras, Om, Ah, and Hum, which embody the power of the Divine Mother in all of her forms. So at this point, I invite you to sit comfortably. Look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze, and we'll begin with our puja this evening to establish sacred space. So look upon your screen and breathe deeply. And just watch as the offerings are given. Om. 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 Om Mahaguru Devadakinye Sapadevada. Agyam Praticha Hum Sva. We offer water for washing. Om Mahaguru Devadakinye Sapadevada. Padyam Praticha Hum Sva. We offer water for washing. Om Mahaguru Devadakinye Sapadevada. Pushpe Praticha Hum Sva. We offer flowers. Om Mahaguru Devadakinye Sapadevada. Dope Praticha Hum Sva. We offer light. We offer incense. Om Mahaguru Devadakinye Sapadevada Aloke Praticha Hum Sva. We offer light. Om Mahaguru Devadakinye Sapadevada Navidye Praticha Hum Sva. We offer food. Om Mahaguru Devadakinye Sapadevada Gande Praticha Hum Sva. We offer fragrance. Om Mahaguru Devadakinye Sapadevada Shabda Praticha Hum Svaha. We offer music. Om Mahaguru Devada Kinyesa Padavada. Puja Praticha Hum Svaha. And we offer our devotion. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So now I invite you to sit comfortably or lay down in a position where your back can be straight. And take a moment and just make any adjustments that you might need so that you can remain still for the next several minutes. You can certainly move if you need to become more comfortable in the course of this meditation, but try to just adjust yourself so you're so comfortable it won't be necessary. And then I invite you to close your eyes and breathe deeply. And open yourself to the visualizations and the experience of this meditation. And if you wish, I invite you to think about and maybe visualize some personal issue in your life that's currently in need of healing or resolution. And if possible, try to note where this issue resides in your physical body. Maybe it's an area of tension, an area that feels cold or empty, or just somewhere that your attention is drawn to. And let this physical region be your personal focus for the energies generated by this practice. And then if it feels right, I invite you to begin to imagine what your personal issue would look like if it were a living being. Give it a face, a body, an appearance, a voice. And this is your personal demon which you will feed and which will be transformed into a benevolent light being during the red feast portion of our meditation. So look upon this being, this personal demon, its appearance, its size, its shape, its color. What kind of skin does it have or coverings? Fur, fins, feathers. Notice its eyes, its expression, its demeanor, and any other characteristics. And then take a deep and clearing breath and let go of it for the time being. And just allow yourself to relax and to breathe deeply, and to take a moment to acknowledge that we are all doing this practice to relieve the sufferings of all sentient beings everywhere. Relax and breathe. Open your receptivity and let the songs and the mantras and the instruments guide your consciousness to where it needs to be at this time. Pay. In the middle of space is a lion throne with a lotus and a sun disk. Upon this appears the mother of us all, Venerable Vajrayogini. Pay. In front of her are the guardian deities. On her right side are the Buddhas. Behind her is the holy Dharma. On her left, the Sangha community. Above her are the lineage root gurus, and surrounding her the protectors, together with the bodhisattvas, all of them in a cloud of lustrous blessings, abide within a tent of rainbow light. We and all beings equal to space, until the achievement of enlightenment. Until the achievement of enlightenment. Om Ahom Pei. In order to protect us from the fear of our enemy samsara, by our complete and utter trust in you, we go for the refuge of the three jewels. We go for refuge in the three jewels, in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Om Ahom Pei. the mother of all sentient beings. In the 6 realms of existence, who are tormented by the sufferings we by ourselves will attain. Unsurpassable, complete enlightenment, and quickly liberate those beings. Om Ahom Pei. Sri Vajradharma and Vajrayogini, Venerable Naropa, his sons and others, to the protectors and the root lineage, we request you strongly with deep devotion. May we be able to live in solitude, practicing renunciation, and enlightened thinking in order to perfect the supreme accomplishments. May we be able to see our own faces, to visualize the absence of all activities. Bless us to be liberated in this very place. Om Ahom Pei. Our flayed skin is spread all about, becoming the golden ground. Our guts are piled up as high as Mount Meru. Our limbs are arranged as 4 continents. We offer this mandala to please you, venerable guardians. Om Ahom Pei. The essence of our true self is Vajrayogini, as a tiny presence within our hearts. Holding a curved knife, she shoots out of the top of our heads into the space above. Pei, Pei, Pei. She cuts off the top of our skulls and places them onto a hearth of 3 skulls. Our skull caps are filled with our blood, and heaps of our flesh and bones. Om Ahom Pei. Underneath our skull cups moves the wind. Fire blazes and our body parts boil. By these three letters, the Buddha's blessings are drawn into the boiling contents. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong. Pay, pay, pay. All mistakes are transformed and purified into the nectar of wisdom. This wisdom nectar then expands, becoming inexhaustible. Om Ahong Pei. To the glorious Lord of the 100 Buddha families of Vajradharma, to the protectors and the roots and lineage, we offer our undefiled bodies as the nectar of wisdom. Please bestow supreme and common powers. Om Ahong Pei. To the goddess Vajrayogini, mothers of the victorious ones, to the mandalas of the deities of the 4 tantric scriptures, we offer our undefiled bodies as the wisdom nectar. Please bestow the accomplishment of enlightenment in this lifetime. Om Ahong Pei. To the gatherings of the local gods, dakas and dakinis in the sacred places, and to the Dharma protectors who maintain all of our vows, we offer our undefiled bodies as the wisdom nectar. Remove all obscuring circumstances and achieve harmonious conditions. Om Ahong Pei. Our bodies become the wisdom nectar, pleasing those in samsara and nirvana. This immeasurable wealth we offer to all the guests high and low, and to those who desire wealth, be satisfied by enjoying our undefiled bodies, which are dear to us. demons, those to whom we owe karmic debt, and beings of the six realms, the guests of compassion, all of you be satisfied with this ocean of nectar. Your body will become a god, and your mind will become the body of truth. When you are liberated, may you travel to the heavenly realms. May you travel to the heavenly realms. Oh, Ma Hong Pei. I invite you at this time to imagine yourselves receiving the medicines of the white feast that you need most at this time for the healing of body, the healing of mind, and the healing of spirit. Pei. Again, our bodies are suddenly reborn and collapse, falling down dead. Our skins are spread out completely, covering the ground below us, as chunks of meat and mountains of our flesh and bones, along with our blood, brains, and fat and bloody guts, are heaped on top of our skins. Oh, Ma Hong Pei. O hosts of mischievous gods and demons of existence, thank you all. You have great magical power to change into any shape. Since you have that tremendous power, like storm clouds all gathered here, when we give you our bodies, which are very dear to us, take them and gobble them up. Crunch these heaps of flesh and bones. Slurp up this great ocean of red blood, and wear our skins as your shawls. If we are not able to give this to you, We are small-hearted yogis. If you are not able to eat this, then you have feeble powers. Exert yourselves and display all 9 of your magical powers. Eat up our bodies completely. Do not leave even a morsel. Oh Mahong! Oh Mahong! Oh Mahong! Pay! 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 I invite you now to envision your personal demon, the one you met earlier in this meditation, partaking of the feast, and in eating your blood, your skin, your fat, your bones, your organs, being transformed into a benevolent light being. Pay. 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 The nature of the mind has no birth, no ending, and no dwelling. Can anyone threaten our minds, which are like the center of space? Since we definitely have to leave these illusory bodies, giving our bodies at this time is a supreme accumulation. So all of you be satisfied. Pacify all your evil thoughts. Moisten your minds with compassion and go back to your places now. And please enter the doors of liberation. The offerer, the offering, and act of offering from the absolute point of view. These 3 have no reality from the relative point of view. Cause and effect cannot be denied. The independent rising of all things is a wonderful display. Om Mahong Pei. By the power of the merit of this rite, you and all sentient beings who live in this desperate age, within the protected, wrathful gods, glorious Father, mothers, Vajra heart will be liberated. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong Pei. I invite you now to visualize the feminine Buddha, Vajrayogini, dancing just above your heads. She is surrounded by the participants of the two feasts, including our karmic creditors and our inner demons, both personal and collective, now transformed by our offerings into benevolent light beings. With the next breath and the syllable pei, this scene will transform into a sphere of golden light suspended above the crowns of our heads. Pei. So visualize the golden sphere above you. And with the next inhalation and the syllable pei, the sphere will descend through the crown of each of your heads, through your central channels, to rest within your heart center. Pei. And I invite you to rest now in a place of stillness and silence as the healing mantra is chanted. Teyata om gatte gatte pera gatte perasam gatte bodhisoha. Pei. Gatte 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 gatte perasam gatte bodhisoha. Pei. Breathe deeply, resting in stillness and silence, and allowing yourself to fully integrate within your being these practices and their energies. And I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation. And take another deep and clearing breath, and becoming aware of your bodies, lying or seated where they are, and becoming aware again of your surroundings. Take another deep and clearing breath, slowly moving your fingers and your toes, your arms and your hands, your legs and your feet. Keeping your eyes closed. And slowly bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Taking a moment to acknowledge the Divine Mother's presence in all of her forms, surrounding you, and most importantly, within you. And also giving gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice this evening. Knowing you can replay the recording of this broadcast anytime that you would like to do this meditation again. And also reminding yourself to be watchful of any subtle effects of this practice. Interesting dreams, meaningful ones, flashes of insight, maybe handling a situation a little bit differently from the way you may have in the past. Maybe the right person coming along to share something with you that you need. Even the right book maybe falling into your hand. And slowly opening your eyes. And namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. And Jai Ma. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that. As much as I enjoyed sharing it with you, I'd like to thank Jamie and Anne and Trish, and hopefully I pronounced this right, Akale Dukan Dalla Reddy. Thank you, all four of you, for joining me for tonight's practice. Thank you again. And I also want to thank anybody who will be watching the recordings in the future. And I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. We will honor Smashna Tara, a form of Tara who lives upon the cremation ground. Until then, have a wonderful night, a wonderful weekend ahead. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Thank you again. Have a wonderful night. Jai Ma.